Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
The Rock and Review is catching up with incredible country singer, entertainer, and stage actress, Mandy Barnett. Thanks for coming on the Rock and Review, Mandy.
And thanks for having me.
You know what? I love your voice, and you've got a brand new album that rolled out, a Nashville Songbook. And I got to ask you this, Mandy. How did you choose these 13 songs?
Well, it's not easy. The Nashville Songbook is very much like the Great American Songbook. There are literally hundreds of songs. So you know, we picked tried and true songs. These are all songs that everyone loves, and they've stood the test of time.
Well, you know, and what I liked really, you know, listening to the whole album, and there's so many great songs on here, but I enjoy it that you did your own interpretations. It's not like you tried to match the original or anything like that. It's really, you know, and some of my favorites, Mandy, are where the guitar is really stripped down, just an acoustic guitar in your voice. And I think that it kind of lets you have more space.
You know, space is a wonderful thing. I mean, it really is. And I think, too, as you get older, you realize the importance of space, because you tend to want to crowd things up when you're younger. It's just throw in everything but the kitchen sink. And sometimes that's basically all you need is a, you know, the voice and the guitar and the song, you know, or like later on in the album, I do just a track with Gordon Mote on piano. And that's the first time I've been recorded. Well, I've been recorded like that, but it's the first time that I've ever released something like that.
Yeah. And I really enjoy that piece also, you know, and that's the thing going through the album. It's like, you know, so many of the songs, you know, and I'm sure your fans and fans of the Nashville Songbook will remember these, but also that you brought your own feel and vibe to them. And I think that's what makes this such a unique album.
Well, I hope everyone enjoys it. You know, it started out as a stage show, and we did it with the Nashville Symphony for 3 nights back in 2016. And I've done it with several symphonies and toured around the country with this show. So it's wonderful to be able to go into the studio and release the record.
Well, you know, and as you just mentioned, you've been, you know, you've hit the stage and sang and performed with Nashville Symphony and Detroit Symphony and everything like this. And you really, you know, became such a huge player on the music stage with Patsy Cline that you started performing back in 1994 at the Ryman. How many times did you do that show? Because, I mean, it's like people still talk about it.
Hundreds of times. And, you know, there's nothing like performing on the Ryman stage. There's nothing like that venue. The acoustics, just the feeling you have performing on that stage, knowing who all performed there before you, knowing Patsy Cline herself performed there, Hank Williams, Johnny Cash. I mean, all the legends, all the people that I've looked up to over the years. It's just, I'm so grateful for that time there.
Well, you know, and you have to have, you know, it's definitely a certain level of confidence in yourself and the music to perform Patsy Cline, because not a lot of people can.
Well, I was really young too. So, you know, I was too stupid to be self-conscious.
Well, you know, I got to brag on you. Speaking of which, you know, you started singing at 5 years old in church, you know, and I think you had your first album by the time you were 9?
Yeah. They spelled my name wrong, spelled it with an I, Mandy.
Hey, still, it's you know, something to accomplish at that young age. And then what was this about you winning a contest at Dollywood also?
Yeah, when they first opened, she just bought it from Silver Dollar City, and there was this big contest there at Dollywood. So, which was great because I worked there for a couple of summers, worked with Susie Boggess. She'd just been signed to Capitol Records. We worked there for a summer together, shared a dressing room. Really, really valuable experience for me because I was playing with a great band basically every weekend, and went into the studio, recorded a Nora Wilson song. I remember that. So there were a lot of great things. I did a lot of different things with Dolly. There were things constantly going on in the park, and I was always involved in that kind of stuff. So really, really great experiences.
Well, and I think all of that has brought you to this place in time. And it was so nice, getting ready for the show and seeing that the Grand Ole Opry even has a page for you on their website. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, you've performed on the Opry stage over 400 times, right?
I have.
That's amazing.
And I love the Opry. Yes, it is. And they've been very good to me. I love the Opry, and it's always an honor to play there.
Besides your body of work with albums and everything else and your collaborations and being on stage, symphonies, all these great things, I've got to ask you one of the important questions. What was it like working on the soundtrack for SpongeBob?
People ask me that a lot. It was a lot of fun. Tom Kenny, who does the voice of SpongeBob, is a great guy, but he's a big music fan. And he works with a friend of mine, Andy Paley, who I've worked with for many, many years. They do a lot of stuff together. And Tom Kenny, he loves rockabilly, loves traditional country music, loves a lot of the oldies. So I've worked with them on 2 or 3 different projects, but the best day ever was the first SpongeBob record I sang on.
It's one of those songs.
Singing with Sandy the Squirrel.
And from having to watch SpongeBob so much with my daughter as she was growing up, and the best day ever is just one of those songs that sticks in your head and you can't get rid of it.
It does. And the records are really great. They had all kinds of awesome guest artists. And so I love doing the SpongeBob stuff. I did a Christmas record too.
Well, yeah, and I was going to bring this up as well, Mandy, to where, you've been involved with so many TV and film scores over the years.
I've done a few, and that's always a lot of fun. It's great to be able to hear something you've done in a movie.
It has to be, it has to be so rewarding. And I told you before we started the interview too, we recently talked with BJ Thomas, and he was raving, that every time he plays here at the Franklin Theater, that he has to have you on as a guest.
He has, and I just think he's such a wonderful person. He's just such a great singer and a great entertainer. And I actually cut one of his big hits, "Hey, Won't You Play Another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong" song on the album, A Nashville Songbook, because it was recorded here in Nashville.
What studio did you use to record this? I mean, did you do a lot of the voiceover work at home, or how did you do this, man?
No, we did it at Starstruck Studios.
It's just an amazing sound, and I'm sure you guys are going to be rolling out singles. Will there possibly be videos coming out for this album as well?
We have a video for Help Me Make It Through the Night, and I'm sure that we'll be making more content for the album as the days go on. Of course, Fred Mullen produced it, legendary producer. Bill Schnee, legendary mixer. He mixed it. He mixed Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You." So great people on hand, great musicians, great songs.
Definitely. Well, I want to make sure our viewers know, Mandy, where's the best place for to go to the website, for your social media? I know the album is available everywhere, but I'm telling you what, this album is so incredible. I want to make sure that they can find you for a Nashville Songbook.
Well, all digital outlets, anywhere where records are sold. My website is mandybarnett.com, Twitter, Mandy Barnett, Instagram, Mandy Barnett Music. You can find me on Facebook. I'm on all social media platforms.
Well, I also want to say congratulations on your accomplishments last year, at the Musicians Hall of Fame, getting to perform, in that celebration, and also for going to the Cabaret in New York.
Well, thank you. I love playing New York, and Michael Feinstein is a good friend of mine, and I am just so thrilled to get to play Feinstein's at 54 Below. It's a beautiful club. And we did the Nashville Songbook there with just a piano. We had a packed room. Marilyn May, the great cabaret singer, was there, and Michael. And Michael got up and we sang a song together. So really, really great experience.
Well, hopefully here's to more in the coming future as things open up again. But congratulations on your brand new album, The Nashville Songbook. Mandy Barnett, thank you for coming on the Rock Review and sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.